Hey guys, well I actually have the shop to myself, so I figured, hell, I should turn the camera on. So I'm sorry I didn't get from the beginning of this, but I'm doing weight reduction on it. I installed a bypass belt as I showed you guys the other two belts. So only engine driven accessory is the alternator. Power steering leaks like a sieve, so I'm deleting that. AC didn't work, so I'm deleting that. Right now I'm in the process of getting rid of the AC, so 12 mil there, 12 mil there, 12 mil there, 10 mil there, 10 mil there. That'll flop off and it's leaking. And then there's a 12 mil at the base underneath there, and then that line will come off with the whatever that thing is. I can never remember the names of AC components, but yeah, that'll come off. And then yeah, another thing I did is I installed a bypass on this, so this doesn't vent crankcase friggin' juices into the airbox anymore. I've got that blocked off with a little tab. I'm actually thinking about trying to find a piece of pipe or something to run off of that instead of that and that, because I need to still run that because it's got the mass airflow on it. But anyways, right now, yeah, I'm just working on the AC system, so I think I've got one bolt left right there. There was one there, here, and here. And I pulled that one off thinking I can remove the whole bracket in one assembly. Not the case. So it actually, yeah, it does look like that bolt there and this one here and these top two hold this AC compressor in. It looks like it's sandwiched between this bracket and this piece here. So I've also got the tensioner for the AC out. Yeah, I'm just friggin' hauling some buttocks on this. So anyways, we'll get that last bolt out and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so it definitely was that last bolt that was holding that in, so take that guy out of there. Into the pile you go. Got the AC disconnected, and or the, I don't know, I guess the wiring and stuff disconnected for it. So that's a freaking good, what, 10 pounds there or something? I don't know, maybe 8 pounds. Useless bracket. I can melt that down. And, I'm leaking. So yeah, I guess I will empty my pockets before I lose anything down the pit. Well, the kid said he did the timing belt and water pump on this just before I bought it. Good to see he was careful. Frick's sakes. It's all broken and freaking dirt and debris and crap in there. That's just fantastic. Good way to freaking drop something in there and skip the belt or something. But yeah, I'll grab the shop vac and give that a bit of a clean. I might actually pull that off and remove that and see if I can't figure out how to seal it better, for frick's sakes. Yeah, now I guess that I got the AC out of the way, I'll crawl underneath and undo that one line down there, pull that assembly out, and then I can work on getting the condenser thing out. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. Like I said, I'm not good with AC parts. There's condenser, there's the pump, and the other things. There's O-rings, yeah, but no friggin' AC. I don't even know. But yeah, so I'll get working on that. Okay, so that was already friggin' half off. I had zip ties freaking holding it on because the I don't know, I guess either the bolts are broken or no, they were just never put back in. So nice. No wonder the freaking AC didn't work. Cripes. Anyways, yeah, once I got this out, I seen this. Holy crap. So yeah, this thing's seen a few better days. Wondering if I can maybe straighten that out or something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, there's just two 12 mils, and Bob's your uncle. So I can stuff that back on. Maybe put a bigger rad. I want to freaking. Well, I tried mocking up my Dodge a 92 front mount intercooler. But if I was to mount that on this car, they'd line up like right inside the frame rails on either side. So I'd end up having to cut into the frame, and that's, I'll just find a smaller one. So, but yeah, frick's sakes, that's crazy. So, anyways, yeah, AC is complete. Well, no, actually, it's not completely out. Maybe I will see what it takes to pull that thing out, because that'll have a little bit of weight in it too. But where do you friggin' stop? So yeah, you can see my power steering lines are just friggin' done. So that's next on the chopping block. Maybe I'll just frickin' give them a snip and then put a piece of hose or something in between the lines. And then when I've got a little more time, I'll pull the rack out of it and then bleed all the fluid out of it and clean it up and then grease it up and then seal it. So that's what I've seen on all the guides. So anyways, let's freaking get this thing apart. Well, I have decided to just pull the power steering rack and do it. Do it once, do it right. So I'm friggin' just gonna disconnect the tie rod ends and drop them out and then pull the rack out the driver's side. So mind the gap. Yeah, so I will get to dropping that. It doesn't look like I gotta drop the exhaust, but I'm gonna have to get creative with some of the lines there. Probably gonna end up cutting the supply line and return line from the rack, and then joining the two on either side of the piston inside the rack. So but yeah, I'll show you guys what I do. Well, grossly underestimated that. Yeah, the top shaft right here is gonna get stuck on that, so looks like I'm gonna just have to disconnect it here and then hope to frig that's all that's hanging it up. So yeah, I'll remove that. I'll pull that piece out the top because you got to pull that off anyways to do this mod, and then I'll drain the rack out, and then when I put it together, hopefully everything lines back up. So yeah, so anyways, I'll just freaking get to it, I guess. Well, I had to drop my exhaust. Luckily I didn't break any freaking bolts or nothing, so that's decent. So yeah, I got the rack out. It's just sitting over yonder, and yeah, no wonder I had a friggin' exhaust leak. Ew. That is some kind of nasty. And then this is the other one. I knew this one was leaking, and no friggin' wonder. I haven't seen the top. That actually doesn't look that bad. They're not great, that's for sure. So anyways, now I'm gonna pull that rack apart. Well guys, my rack looks a whole lot different than the one in the guide that I was following. This piece came out with the I guess the pinion on this thing in the guide. Mine's got all this weird friggin' stuff, so this fits on there with a little snap ring on the top. I've got that on the box over there, and yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to get all the fluid out of this so I can clean it up and put grease in it, but I don't know. So I'll keep poking around at it until I figure it out, and when I get it, I will show you guys what I did. And I've also got this bypass now, so instead of the hydraulics being rerouted through this valve body here and into either here or here, now this piston just self bypasses itself. So friggin' right. And I pulled this off, and this is the keeper. Mine's got a center on it. So you turn it, and then when you turn it to there, it automatically centers. So that's pretty cool. And I've also got my mark on there to let me know where to put it back on. So pretty right. Anyways, I'll get to it, see what I figure out. Well guys, got her all sealed back up. Totally destroyed that thing, that one on this side. But anyways, I pulled this back out and had a look at it, and you can see the shaft moving back and forth. So I started brake cleaning it off, and then yeah, noticed I got a freaking good size hole under there. So anyways, I've slid this boot all the way down, and it exposed the whole friggin' shaft just about. So I just cleaned the crap out of that, blew it out. I am probably just covered in specks and stuff, but anyways, I got that all freshly greased up, and this is all sealed up and greased up, and yeah, freaking it turns actually pretty decent. So I'm ready to fire this thing back in. Friggin' right, I might be driving home tonight. Well guys, I'm editing the video from yesterday, and I realized that I kind of forgot to do anything else. So the Subaru, the steering is a lot better than just deleting the belt, I'd say. I'm still waking up. I haven't even had a full cup of coffee yet. Before, when I had just the belt on and the fluid still in there and the pump hooked up and everything, it was probably about 4 times harder to steer than with power steering working. Now that I've got the fluid bypassing itself in the piston and the lines and everything removed, it's probably about half as hard to steer as with power steering. So that's freaking cool. One thing though, my airbox was broken, so I removed it all, and I was trying to find a pod filter, but I could not, so I kind of hid the mass airflow sensor and stuff up as high as I could to keep it away from dirt, and it didn't really run right. It was kind of idling really low, and then it would kind of surge up maybe 750 RPM or something like that, but it struggled at idle. And then when I first left the shop, wide open throttle sounded so freaking good. And then I went to Horton's, grabbed a coffee, and then drove to my house, and I made it maybe about halfway home before the thing started bogging down. So I'm thinking it's a mass airflow issue. So hopped in the wife's car, went back to work, grabbed my airbox assembly and stuff like that, and I didn't bother grabbing the lower half of the box, so I'm just gonna duct tape the filter into it for now until I find a pod filter or something. And then yeah, I gotta get that thing running better, and by better I mean good, today, because I need it for work tomorrow. So yeah, anyways, I'll do another video on what I do to fix that. Hopefully I can today. Yeah, so I'll get this video finished up, and then I will run outside and start working on Scooby-Doo. Yeah, so anyways, I guess until tomorrow, take care guys.